Okay. So today is not I'm going through the text, not the Bodhisattva's way of life. So today I wanted to kind of discuss, share our knowledge, and then if you have a question, and then I will try to answer. If I cannot answer if my knowledge, because my knowledge is limited, and if I couldn't answer, then some of you can answer it for me also. Okay. 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 We ready? So first, Anila, give me the first way. How to what's that? Cultivate. Okay. How to cultivate to the deeper Guru devotion. Okay. Guru devotion. One of the biggest problem. Because the devotion becomes a problem if we cannot kind of take out the poisonous mind attachment from it, and then it is really hard for us to recognize whether it's a devotion or it's attachment. And then if your guru spends more time with the other student, and then guru says like, I'm going to give us a special instruction to you, but you are not ready, and then you cannot accept it. So then, I don't know. And then plus, of course, because because the appearance of guru mostly comes in an ordinary being, and then ordinary being leaves some kind of stain everywhere. Whether he does have an intention to do it or not, but there is something always kind of false. And then it becomes so difficult, because you wanted to see everything pure, so pure in your guru. And then a guru kind of leaves kind of stain as a, not just ordinary, like even ordinary people says it's bad. Some teachers leave this kind of footsteps or falls, and then it becomes so much problem. Then how to see him as my guru now? And then it becomes such a big thing to deal with, too much to deal with. Now we can only answer this. That's what I'm always saying. Try to find a good friend. How to make a good friend with your teacher. Don't rush that he is the right person. It's like the relationship. How can you say that person is the right person for me? You can't. But first you need to spend a time a little bit. And then you feel like she's very understandable, right? Understandable? Understanding?
Understanding you or understandable?
The quality of other person. So that means like understanding, good understanding. And patience. Oh, very strong, brave. Even I did something wrong, but she knows it, but she has a heart to deal this with. And then somehow you would say like, this kind of person is very rare. So you learn this. And now this kind of thing is, what are you trying to get from this relation? Most we go through the appearance only. Or if the person is attractive, that's you think like, I wanted to spend the rest of my life with that person. And very kind of a beautiful, handsome. Those are the things kind of we get in a trap. And then our satisfaction goes less. And then we say like, now I wanted another one. Same as these days, many people are having a problem with the guru. Like, oh, in 2000, in the 90s, I have this person, so good. Then we had a difficult. Now I have this guru. I changed my kind of regards the school sects, and then you make your own new sect. Yes, so guru devotion is quite difficult to bring that into practice. But without this, and one of the greatest thing, what in the lumbering part of stages, stages of path, my English, stages of path by Lama Tsongkhapa. And then Buddha himself said, not only Buddhism, but the Hindu strongly says, without the guru devotion, you cannot improve your knowledge or realization, especially. You might know so many things, but there won't be a realization. That now we need to research. Why guru devotion? Because something is not going to connect all your practice. You cannot link it together and then make it function fully. That is one of the greatest worry for the practitioners. So that we need to check. How does that work? And how is not going to work without guru devotion? How cannot we have a renunciation? Bodhicitta, emptiness, all these great practices without guru devotion, you might understand what is renunciation. You can explain like a whole day, and people are like, oh, he's great, he speaks very good. Oh, I should take this person as a guru. But that person is like, realization is like minus 20 or 30. But he can speak so well because he's quite smart. But because he does not have this kind of devotion, he is not getting the realization. And having that kind of person in our life, also we cannot get the realization. So now let's discuss about this. Why? Why do you think? Good. Somebody wants to raise your hand. Okay. So I give you this. Can you pass this?
So would you say that even if you think that you might have found a good guru, that it might be better to wait and to watch more carefully to see if this really is a good guru or not?
Mm. I'll put it in the middle. Somebody has me. Put it in the middle. Yeah. So now how can you tell he's a good guru? Maybe he is very good guru to that person. But how can you can guarantee he will be good guru for me? Now let's bring this because we lay people already went through so much a kind of relationship. But with this partner, it didn't work well. He is good, but something happened. We say we don't have a karma. That's how we say it. But the karma is something like in between, nothing to do with yourself. Yes, it has to do with yourself and for the other person. And then she goes with the other person and she has a very nice life with that person. But then how can you say just maybe you stay together, things that does not work, but that with the other person, it works. We have seen this so many times. So similarly, and how can you tell that person is a right person for me in general, and especially this guru? Yeah, sorry for confusing you all, because to get to the good answer, we need to get confused, right? It's like making a good food, delicious food. You don't want to make a mess in the kitchen. But in order to have a good, delicious food, you need to make a mess in the kitchen. Nobody likes that. We like the good food. This mess, we will never complain. It will be stupid to say like, I don't want the world because it's so good, and you will not get good food. So similarly here, we have to, that's why this is one of the reasons we need so much discussion here. Every time I speak, and then you all get note down, and then we are not getting much kind of a discussion here. Okay, go.
Yeah. So having a good guru is that like you can read texts and you can get the knowledge from the texts, I guess. But like the importance of a guru is mostly like as a coach, as I would understand it. I don't know if that is correct. But having this coaching dialogue, this ping pong with your guru, I think that is why you have a guru, right? Not so much for the reading and for the text, because you can find that other places. So it's mostly for this, no?
Yeah. You can put that in there. On this. Yes. Yeah, it's like a ping pong. Sometimes people think I'm playing a ping pong with my guru, but we play ping pong, but then teacher is not giving me the ball back. He's holding into it. Maybe he's the wrong person now. Now, it is not necessary to find Guru first. In Parmana, by the Chandakirti, he, with so much kind of logic, he said, every time that he looks at the Buddha, the qualities of Buddha, he will hear several times. Then each and every time, this knowing this quality, each and every second, then he has more understanding on this quality of Buddha. Then it makes closer him to the Buddha. So now he kind of gives us a tip saying, first, in order to, if you wanted to prove that Buddha is a perfect teacher, you have to prove that his teachings are perfect. That's it. We are not here to, we don't have any kind of flavor. We don't know what Buddha is talking about. And we don't know what is the real purpose of doing meditation. And then we just wanted a perfect teacher. And it's the same like you go out in a Megaloga and saying, I want a perfect wife. Who will give you a perfect wife? What does that mean? So you really need to have in your thought, this is the perfect teaching for me. And I really want to know this teaching very well. I tell you one story about Adisha. The great Adisha, he is already famous in India. And he is on the stage of kind of the highest school, Prasangika school. And then once he always hear about the qualities, great qualities about the bodhicitta. And then he found out that great master called Silingba in Indonesia. And he heard about this. First, when he heard the first name of Silingba, automatically special feeling with the goosebump and a little bit tears comes out. Who is that? That's one thing. Don't forget to ask me this question, why? And then what happened was, he really wanted to go to Indonesia. That time, there's no flight. That time, going from India to Indonesia, it's more like you have to sign on your piece of paper for yourself. I don't care if I die, but I need to go to that place. So he went to Indonesia. Lots of obstacles, lots and lots of obstacles. Reaching there maybe 6-7 months or 1 year on the traveling. Almost lost his life. And then finally reaches there, and it's not easy because he's from the different school. And then in India, he's already kind of famous. And then somebody has informed the community of the Silingba area that he is different school, Prasangika school. nihilism. So shouldn't make a connection with this kind of people. Okay? And he has to wait in line to meet the great Silimba. And after months and months later, he got the audience with, is it like audience with Silimba? Yeah. And then they discuss, and then somehow Adisha was so skillful, and the great master Silimba and both have a special bond, and then it gives all the trainings. Now this is what we're saying about the 7 points of, what's that, cause and effect of achieving or generating bodhicitta. So this special lineage comes from Silimba. So I think then Lama Silimba it is great to see that great master like Adisha, that Lama Silimba has a bodhicitta. And even he has a bodhicitta, but he wanted to generate this bodhicitta much stronger. And he can, with this, he does not have this kind of pride, like I'm a great master, how I can bow to him. Because of the quality, he's so kind of devoted. Then he got this bodhicitta lineage, and he can instantly kind of recognize his bodhicitta is improving. And then once he come back to India, and then there's one whole section of the story that he was stuck in Indonesia for such a long time because so many kind of a climate change happened, and in the ocean, one person who promised that a merchant who will come to pick up, he passed away, and then Lama Adisha didn't get a boat to travel to India, and he stayed in Indonesia. In one text, it's saying 12 years. So then finally he reaches back to India, and whenever he gives a teaching, and he says, now this small kind of quality you have, just tiny, the credit goes to the Silimba. Now in this kind of picture, there shows how to find a master. First, seeing the quality, and then seeing necessary for you, and then no complaints. Whatever these things happens, no complaints. It's okay. Like the kitchen, delicious food, kitchen, and mess. If you cook whole day, and then you want to how to say? Impress somebody, and then the person just eats one small bite. So good. How did you make it? Oh, can you give me the recipe or someone? Okay. Just one kind of in these few moments, you forget all the effort he has put in. Recipe, a special recipe. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Now going back to when Lama Serkong and Adisha first, when the Adisha first hears the name of Lama Serkong, he has special feeling. That's what I call karmic connection. This is more like with such a strength of the mind, having so much kind of faith and connection. Even we have to leave this body in this life, and the next life we have to continue. It's more like, I'm going to find you. I need to. And it goes to the strength of your own kind of mind. So that's how somehow I find for some monks and nuns and some Westerners coming to Dharamsala, they are thinking they came here for their own kind of, but I think they haven't seen the complete picture. There's something, if there is a past life, there's something happened in the past, and that's why you are traveling. Something happened, but some prayer not so strong. Like, may I meet Dharma? You meet Dharma. You came to Tushita. Okay. Then you go back home, forget everything. You met Dharma. That's the only prayer you made. You didn't make a prayer, particularly this practice. So good, so beneficial for my life. I cannot continue in this my life now, but I really wanted to continue, particularly this kind of practice. So my predecessor, my past life, some people might be, look at this drawing, this is known as my predecessor. So my past life said to one of his students called Alex, he said we need to know how to pray. In Tibet, we have a saying that one elderly man went to this Lama Tsongkhapa's throne in Tibet, make a special kind of prayer saying, in my next life, this life I couldn't do anything. But next life, may I have a strength to sit on this precious throne. And he made this prayer. In next life, as a bird, he came and sat on the throne for a few seconds and then gone. So now the prayer is complete. But that's why it's saying we really need to know how to pray, what to pray, why. There should be some kind of strength that you wanted to, the meaning, the real essence shouldn't be missing. So this is necessary to think. 고추 dinner 영에 말해. 요 고추 냠도 쉬어. 전두 시엔 두 주라고 말해. 고추샤. Yeah. So Guru devotion. And then we always say in the Tibetan, we have Lama le Tepsu, Sanje le Tepsu, Shö le Tepsu, Gundu le Tepsu. Making homage to Guru Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And then we put Guru in the front of these three jewels. And then some of Buddhist brothers start complaining. Tibetan Buddhism is Lamaism. Because they put Lama in the front of Buddha. A few people made an appointment. I said they can join the question and answer session today. So these are the people, they are coming. Okay. Please. Yep. You can sit here. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. Function. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. How are you? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey. So, first of all, that's okay. Thank you. You're from Australia? Okay. 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 Yes. Please have said. Okay. The new group just came. As I said, I have given an appointment, but as time very limited, so you have to adjust. Sorry for that. So we are doing normally. I'm giving a class on Shantideva's way of Bodhisattva's life, and today, because I'm traveling out from Dharamsala for a few months away, so then I felt like, why not do a question and answer session? So this is what we are doing, and they are giving lots of hard questions, like why guru devotion is needed. So all this sort of thing, you can see I'm sweating a little bit. Good. So I welcome you all. Sorry that you have to keep waiting in the library. Sorry for this. Okay, so now we can move on to the next question from the other people in the audience. If you have something special, if not, I can continue from here. Okay. Yeah, the pattern law. Please keep this.
Oh.
Yeah. Give this to him. Okay.
My question is about emptiness. What would you say would be the method or the way for a direct realization of emptiness, and how would I know if I felt it or not?
Okay. First of all, now we need to know, why do we need to practice emptiness? And in the Buddhist school itself, there's so much kind of refutation, isn't it? Refutation, to refute,
Refutation.
Yeah.
Repetition. Like refute.
No, to refute that emptiness is not necessary. Sometimes it's dangerous. And this sometimes takes your guru devotion away. Now this is a serious matter. Why this emptiness is needed, and why this emptiness, how does this emptiness work? In order to sharpen this kind of a weapon, I call weapon the antidote in a positive way, okay? You wanted to use this antidote towards what? And in order to have this kind of to have eager to have this, you really need to recognize how day-to-day life, that how much this negative emotion is really having so much impact on our life. And seriously, how this, nobody in this world wants to become a bad person. But they are thinking, I'm doing this for a good reason. I want to protect my country. How can we sit like this? How can I can let other people in, out, all this protecting your country? The war is going on. We can, if you hear some kind of words from the side of Mr. Putin, and then you will just go like, yeah, he's kind of right. And you go other person who is against Putin, you will hear like, that's really wrong. So, so in this, that proves that nobody in this world has like an intention to do it like, I'm going to do something bad. But now, how this kind of started of this is how in the family, in our families, how the fight starts. It's the same thing. If you cannot control this kind of situation in here, and this becomes the problem, it will lead this problem into the whole world, because this kind of a situation, family situation, kind of handling the situation didn't go very well. And in that kind of member becomes your prime minister or president, and he does not know how to deal with all these negative emotions, and he will be the president and prime minister. And then we are in the wrong hands. That's how it goes. So it is not a matter of the current president, China or Russia or US. It's a matter of there will be always Mr. Putin. There's always second episode, third episode, endless. Similarly, don't worry about others now. Worry about yourself. Now, this is how the great Chandakirti said in entering to the what's that, middle way. There, one section he says, somebody has this in by heart. You have it's saying like this like a yogi, that how refuse self-grasping. This is a good one. It's more like, if I go with the meaning, how to refute that self-grasping. is we should do like the great the yogis, how they did it. How they did it is they link this life's suffering, which is manifest, this suffering, into they join this kind of a current suffering towards that towards the negative emotions like attachment, aversion. They have like no doubt it's from this. Because of the attachment, I have this problem, 100%. And then they will just go looking for like, now this where does this kind of attachment or this aversion comes? So then they have a 100% kind of faith that comes from this grasping. We say, oh, self-centered. We say this. All this problem comes from this I. But more seriously, I is not a problem. There's a we. If there's a we, then there's I for sure. Without I, how can there be we? So I is not a problem at all. How we hold to this I, not physically holding, mentally how we hold this I, protect this. Because if we say, for an example, anger, how does this anger comes out? It is kind of, we can say, biologically, if somebody says bad towards you and fights or hits to you, ultimately it's kind of a human nature to fight back. It's more like protecting yourself. Self-defense, what do we call it? That kind of self-defense. Can we do the self-defense without hatred? Without the aversion, can we do it? We can do it. But we all need this aversion. It comes so fast. That leads to the second problem. That leads to the second problem, sure, because other person are ready to apologize. 100% are also something wrong, but you are so clinged to the old situation, what happened, and you are not ready to forgive. And not only to the enemy, inside the enemy, your family happens. So then it creates all this problem. So now, what I'm trying to say is, the yogi who is really investigating this I, he sees without changing this, can we say, perspective of the I, every time there will be attachment and aversion, and then automatically always the problem will be there. That's why Buddha said, well, in order to get a cessation, that's the third noble truth, which Buddha said, this is our main refuge. Without this, we will fail again and again. If whatever kind of a merit, what kind of energy we have to bring in order to awake this kind of a mind, all this cessation. That's why he said the path. That's the fourth noble truth. So now, before going deep into the emptiness, you really need to answer this attachment is so bad. And you need to have this answer. Otherwise, you study emptiness for the rest of your life. and you are cannot make this link and connection with your own whatever you studied or learned. Emptiness, you will use it here, and then you are in the front of your altar, nice altar. Every people does not have a beautiful altar like mine, but some kind of altar you have. And then in the front of this the statue or kind of a the presence of the holy object, you might have some kind of commitment. You go out immediately. You don't think it's necessary. You would just go like that, so ordinary. Because the mind, which the vigilance, the mind which it should be always there, it's already dried up. So in order to do that, you need to have a kind of awareness every time. I am going to watch my mind whenever this attachment is coming. Because once I give an opportunity to attachment, it will 100% destroy my life. So who's doing this kind of commitment? Not me. So this is not there. And then how will you say, I really want to get rid of the attachment? And we will never say, like, I have an attachment problem. We will always say, my neighbor is very noisy. We will always say, my enemy is so bad. But we will never say, even I have thousands and thousands of enemies, but I can stay in peace. Because I don't hold to their thought. So now, and then the second research about how does emptiness really brings or gives you the opportunity to have the cessation. Then it's a very big question. And then we say, like, because the bodhicitta and compassion or other practices like impermanence are so great, but it does not have a kind of a quality that can bring down the self-grasping. Because the self-grasping and impermanence are not contradictory, right? Contradictory. So mind, which is not contradictory, it does not have power to bring this down. So now then Buddha says, we have a example saying, if the heat, so much heat in here, you can feel this. And if I didn't put my AC on, there's no AC in my room, okay? So if I put the AC on and I put it on the minus maybe 15, put it there, then where did this heat go away? The heat go away because of this, the power of the coldness arises, and that is nature. When the coldness comes up, the heat goes down. That's the contradictory. Attachment. Even we practice impermanence, attachment will go away. For months and months, years, no problem. But because it's not a fully contradiction, one kind of slightly something thing happens, and then your shamatha or your understanding on impermanence will just go away like this. It's more like have a nice big solid house. You're sitting very peacefully for maybe 50, 60 years. And then big monsoon came like this time. And you can see in the video how the building collapsed. Similarly, like this. So it's necessary. Whenever you think cessation is needed, then emptiness is, you think it's necessary. So Buddha, the kind Buddha said, all the practice you have to see as a medicine. And to find a medicine, if I tell you like, oh, you should get some kind of medicine for headache, you feel, I don't have a headache now. I don't need it. And then if you don't realize that headache is coming, if it's like you have this kind of slowly the headache is coming, then you feel like, oh, I really need this medicine. It's like the Buddha said, you need to practice this, but take it slowly. Because emptiness, many people get some wrong information that sounds like a nihilism. There's nothing. So people stuck with this kind of, so that's why Buddha said, take it slowly. So as usual, your question is short, my answer goes like this. So sorry for that. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. Okay, so another one. The next one we have.
If nobody else has one,
Okay, go on.
Thank you. So I had like a really bad health issue 1 year ago, and I went to my first Vipassana, and it was really wonderful for me. This came down as knowledge passed down from the Buddha from back then, and it really changed my life, and I'm so grateful for just being able to walk this path and everything like that. So, and I wondered, oh, this came from the Buddha and Buddhism. So I came here to learn more about the Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism, but it seems there's a lot of knowledge here, which I like. I'm not sure if it is important. If you can understand, like the Vipassana is very practical and very like this is the path you need to walk. So it's very, very practical. Here, I learn a lot about all sorts of hungry ghosts and all of this. Is it so important, or for me maybe it's just walking the path more important? Short answer.
Yeah. Short answer. Wrong person. That's a good thing. I'm glad that somehow you found that Vipassana very helpful. Some people, they don't find this. So I call you did something amazing, that you found it. Now you have this seed. Like now every people is looking at you like, what did he really get? How did this happen? So now physically, now you look already strong. Now, most of the problem we have from our hair. Now, somehow your immune system start talking, responding towards you. Now, to deal with your emotions here, and now time to time, wherever we go, we will find some kind of problem everywhere. Whether it's religion, even you stay here in a Buddhist community, you will find a bunch of things. It's kind of like you can unbelievable. How can all these religions people have this whole issue? Because we don't want to make any problem. We hold our religion with our attachment. And I'm pretty sure you're going to hold whatever it will come on towards you, you will hold with your attachment. And then it will become poison. It will not only become poison to you, and it will affect on others too. So now it's necessary. It's one of the most necessary that to check how that your attachment towards vipassana and how your attachment to this kind of this brings a lot of suffering to yourself. Kind of make a boundary, like from now on, I will think less about the problem coming from outside to me. Yes, I can feel it, see it, how it comes from others, but how I hold to this, that is the part I'm going to focus. Because it's so beautiful practice. Because I did this a few times. I cannot do it daily because I'm not that strong enough. But I was brave enough to bring this kind of practice in few occasions. Like one time, I clearly remember I was quite rush. And then, to be honest, I was going to watch a movie. And then movie timing was the movie is about to begin. And from here to Dharamsala, that time it was, I think, 200 rupees. And then the guy said, like, I catched the taxi here, and when I reached near to the cinema hall, and then he said 250. And I was in a hurry, so rush. My friends are waiting. And then I just like, oh, it's 200. What are you talking about? You know, this price went up because of the gas went up. I don't know that. Yesterday I went somewhere 200. Now you are saying, and then you don't believe me, you go ask the union or something. And where is union? It's so far. And I was like everything together. And I was like, I have to give now 250. And then I gave the 250 and I was like a little bit of, I don't know, don't want to. And the anchor deep inside came out. And then I cannot do anything and then I just closed the door, I slammed it. And the guy, because the taxi is everything for him. And he got so angry. Okay. And then he approaches and he wanted to slap me. Immediately, I felt like, well, today he's going to slap, let him slap. Because I did something very wrong that I shouldn't do. Let him slap me, that I will remember this occasion the rest of my life, that I did something wrong. Let him. Then I closed my eyes, waiting for this precious slap. But it didn't happen. Because others said, oh, stop it, don't do it. And nothing happened. And the rest of the movie, when I was watching, there's so much kind of mind playing game with me, saying, oh, if he slapped me, maybe I have an intention that is not so strong. maybe I fight him back, maybe so many dramas. I was not really happy. But then the rest of every time I do this kind of commitments, I bring this guy in front of my meditation, and I feel so like how you taught me with your kind of aversion towards my aversion was one of the best teachings. Whenever I see you, I will recognize you now. So then guess what? One day I wanted to go to Novulinga, I found that guy. And I just greet him and just went, and we talked. He didn't recognize me. I have his phone number. Sometimes I want to book a taxi, I message him. We become close friends. So this sort of thing, if I didn't met my kind teacher, this part of my life that I'm sharing with you does not exist. I was the same ordinary person who fights, who will be viral on the internet. Okay. So this is the shortest answer I can give to you.
Thanks for your time.
Okay. So yeah, it's 6 already. Okay. Should take one more question and we can stop here today. No? Okay.
Okay. Sometimes I try to avoid knowing things so it won't hurt me. And I don't understand if it's an attachment, like hearing the news, for example, or when I know reality gives me like just the reality. So I go to India and then I don't answer the phone, I don't read the news, and I don't know what's going on, then I can be happy. So avoiding is an attachment, or is it something else?
Sounds like you were in a retreat.
In a what?
In a retreat. Now, as we say, meditation is so powerful. When we come out of the meditation, when we say post-meditation, then we can face the problem. That's the beauty of the meditation. So right now, what you're doing, many people are doing this. You are not alone. Like people say, like Saturday and Sunday, we need a vacation. That's it. They want to escape because they don't enjoy in the office, full of problems. So they want to go out and spend a time with their friends, and then they feel peace. But then we have to go back to the reality. So we call normal life. So now the question really becomes like, even you don't want to face this problem, another problem will appear in a different kind of form. And then how many times are you going to retreat from this problem? So therefore, the great Shantideva said, take a rest, take a vacation, so that you are taking the vacation to come back much stronger. And I'm taking this break to continue this work much better. Saying like, I wanted to concentrate, tomorrow is the examination. Yes, but I will take a 15-minute break, and then I come back with a coffee. I come back, it will give me a strength to do more, better, not just more, but better preparation. Like this. So completely ignoring the problems is not going to happen, because you might think that you're going to say goodbye to the problem, but problem is always somewhere coming with you. So how to deal with the problem? That is the biggest thing that we need to ask. So maybe we are trying to fix, or we wanted to have quite a high expectation. Not inside, but outside there. That in this kind of thing, Buddha is already failed. Sorry to say this. So if Buddha says like, I wanted to fix this world perfectly 2000 years ago, he should do this. This problem is not there anymore. But that wasn't like the intention. He said, I have given this teaching. If you apply this teaching with your daily life, that will make you much stronger. And each and every time you become stronger, you will always feel, I can share this with each and every time. And then one day you become so confident with yourself, and then you will feel like, until the space remains, until the sentient being remains, may I also remain there and give them what they really need. That is called one of the best compassion. So, like a problem I got, like the previous story I said, if I said like, I hate the taxi drivers. I don't like Indian taxi anymore. I don't want to do this cab. They're torturing me. If I complain, I can't get a taxi in Dharamsala. And then I will be in the problem. Right now, first time it appears for me, my enemy. But now he's my friend. And every time he sees me, he says, hey, Guruji. I say, hey, something. And then we just almost hug. So close. He shares his problem to me. I share my problem with him. So, but who made this move is me. For him, I'm just a customer. The customer is like like you are in the guest room stays. The guest room is always there. The guest always comes and goes. So for him, I'm like this. But for me, I wanted to make a strong connection with that person. Not only this person, the whole taxi driver. So now I have thinking like, I cannot make the taxi driver perfect, but I can fix myself. So yeah, like this. So we have to deal with other people. And it is not necessary that we can make the other person perfect, but we can learn from him so much. His weakness, how he's under that's what I like about how he's under the sway of the negative emotion. Once I was there, he is going through this. At that time, I feel like completely, I'm good, he's bad. But now he's feeling the same towards me. So then I feel like, oh, I really need to have a strength to show him the truth, the reality. So then he can strong like me. So this kind of thing is missing in this world at this moment. And there's His Holiness saying the war now, fighting war is over now. This is something old, it's barbarian things. But who listens to him? We are the one. Maybe not yet Mr. Putin and Xi Jinping and all these great leaders at the moment. We are the one. The sign why we like the war, I tell you, is my way of theory now. Answer to you is finished. So I'm just, this is not your answer anymore. I just wanted to say that there is a kind of a sign that we like a war. Because it's so hidden. Prove me if I'm wrong. Because when I see the clips, how Ukraine soldier kills Russia, thing on drones, I feel like, whoa, this is great. How they defend this, all this. Oh, how many Ukrainians killed Russian. When the statistics, I see like, oh, the Ukraine is really winning. Oh, the poor Ukrainians, they are doing great. Yeah. But then I watch, oh, kind of I'm supporting them. That means deep inside there's some kind of monster alive in me. This is dangerous. And watching a movie. If there's a movie, the revenge goes so good, the ending is so good. The revenge comes with a kind of forgiveness. Okay, like, oh, stupid guy. That's there. That's there. So that the directors, they make this movie according to their audience. The audience is us. They really know how we think, how we will like. That's how they are doing good business. So it's hard, but I think it's deep rooted within us. But this is good to recognize which this leads to the next much more dangerous situation it will lead to. It's really funny because how distraction is one part of attachment that we want more and more of this. But just seeing more and more of that, we don't know how that becomes kind of, with this kind of so much information, how it takes away our way of thinking. I have this experience when I was young, and I was always wondering how this advertisement in the movies, because I'm enjoying movie, and then in the Indian, they like it on YouTube these days. They are doing, you're watching the clip, enjoying, and then pops out this advertisement. And when I was young, watching Indian movie on the television, there comes like after 20-30 minutes, there is the advertisement. I got so annoyed. And then they have special kind of a song about this washing this, I don't know, this rin, this soap, washing soap on. So they make it this advertisement. I don't know why they are doing it. I'm not going to buy it. Nobody is going to buy this, but why they are putting so many advertisement? And then one day what happened in the supermarket in Delhi, I went to one supermarket. They have so many soap. Every time I just go like, this is good one. So it's dangerous. And this is how news media and all other things, how it takes away your mind control, how they're controlling it. Okay, okay.
Thank you, Rinpoche. I have a question regarding motivation and keeping the momentum of motivation, especially in the West. I've noticed over the years that my meditation practices are volatile. So they'll be good and then they'll go down and I won't meditate for a while and then I'll do it again. And that's why I come to India to really try to strengthen that foundation. And through doing Tushita course with Miss Rachel and Kirsty, phenomenal motivation. How do I keep that up? Would you recommend in a daily practice to keep the motivation strong? So when you have that passion for your goals and aspirations, like you said earlier, how do you keep that vigor?
That's really good. You are taking a very nice gift from Tushita to back to your home. That's great. So you should thank yourself. And this is amazing. And now there could be some points that Rachel and who's the other one? Oh, Christy. Oh, yeah. So they give some kind of points and you felt like this is something very necessary. So now hold on this thought and now check how this is really helping you. Don't let ever forget this. That's more like the awareness. So you hold it until it becomes so strong. Just don't do like hold this and then you're so good and then you forget about it and studying other things. Okay. Study which is relevant to this point. Like if it is about shamatha, using all these shamatha materials to achieve this kind of thing. Using this kind of tools, how to bring this kind of practice with this. So then you can say, without this kind of a tool or method, I cannot see or I cannot fix this problem. So it's and then what you just found, maybe it's not a complete. Try to make it more complete. Okay. So like when Venerable Pelton asked about the question about Guru devotion, I try to put so many details there. So it's about the Guru devotion. So now it is necessary. Guru devotion is not because the Guru wants the devotion. It is Guru devotion it's for you. It's not for the Guru. And then that you need to answer it. This is really for me. And then here we go. Now I'm going to summarize. I always have to be careful, like samurai or samurai. Samurai. I need to be very simple, samurai. So because of what I'm trying to say, I almost forgot about this samurai thing. The Guru devotion with this kind of all what we said, it is for you really need to answer, oh, it's for me. So if you can say this, then it is beautiful to say, even I see these faults in that person. It is not the reason why I have a devotion because I wanted a perfect teacher. It's seeing that perfect thing is in the teacher. And then it's more like a Milarepa will never let go Marpa. Even Marpa was kind of unfair with him, but he will never let go. And they're like Lama Silingpa and Adisha. But now this in current of our time, we want quick and not much kind of effort you want to do. That time, like it, Marpa going all the way to India for 3 times. Not easy, because India is known as the place of the lots of insects. Because Tibet there's no insects. Mosquitoes and snakes and scorpions and so many things. And there's lots of forest. And then even this small, what's that? Leech? Was it leech? Leeches. So Marba said, like, I went to India 2 times already, almost died. Now 3rd one, I might die, but worth going. So he went there and received lots of teachings from Naropa, and how Naropa really, there's a whole section of the story which I don't need to elaborate. So then there's one part he says, you are such a intelligent, full of knowledge. And then why did you send me from your place to the other guru? That guru put so much kind of like, he didn't give the teaching very easily. And they need to spend lots of time requesting. And then finally he received it. And then for 3-4 months traveling back to Naropa. And then he comes to know that Naropa has the lineage, knows the teaching, and then he gives this teaching. And then he said, if you know this, you are such a compassionate, such a great, and you know this, you can give it to me. Why you need to send me this there? I almost died a few times. Then that Naropa with the folded hands said, the point you don't have the clear ones, that what is the beneficial to you. If I can teach it, I know that this will be not benefit much. That if you go there, you earn something more. And I see a deep karmic connection with that master. So I send you to him. And then, without any kind of question, the tears come out and says, thank you, the great and kind teacher. It's so funny how that works. And His Holiness repeatedly said, we want the realization in a very convenient, very relaxing, with the air condition on, and every kind of facilities we have. But sometimes it's impossible. It's more like you haven't earned it. So let's say, will we recognize, or I give you a cup of water. Who is the most thirsty in the audience? They will appreciate, that person will appreciate my water. But some people like, I just had something, tea or coffee already. I don't need water. So that person will not recognize. So more that person in the audience who really felt like, oh, Rinpoche is so kind. I'm so thirsty. He gave me water. And now let's say I take this water in the desert, wait for a person who walked for almost 1 day without water. And I came over the water, same water, and give to him. He has much 1,000 times pleasure than all of you. So it's more about how much did you earn it, how much you appreciate it. So that's the whole thing about seeing the kindness. So I'm not saying in this competitive life, we cannot earn. We can earn, but how are you going to earn it? There's something necessary to see first, like Buddha said, know the suffering, how this suffering comes. That means the cause of the suffering. You really need to recognize this. Some great masters, some kind of practitioners, they don't have this question at all. They have the feeling already. Feel like I cannot stay in the samsara anymore. The young age, they do have this feeling. They are the gifted one. You don't believe me, but just to go in the school in the West, you have the place for the gifted children. For the gifted children, they can answer sometimes much better than the teacher. So that's why they are gifted. And we feel like I'm a gifted too. But we are not. But then we are in the normal school. So know our the way and act on this kind of way. So that's what I wanted to share. And with my limited knowledge, my limited English, maybe I have confused you all. I apologize for this. But I really rejoice, appreciate your interest, your willing to learn, to practice. That's amazing. So don't let this dry out. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Serkong Rinpoche.